My dear, I implore you to hear me out with utmost attention, for I assure you that what I am about to convey will resonate profoundly within you. Last night, an extraordinary transformation occurred, one that took everyone by surprise. For an extended period, those around me harbored unspoken questions and subtle murmurs concerning you. They sensed something inexplicable about you, a quality they could not articulate or substantiate. Whenever they gazed at me, an instinctive understanding hinted that you were not merely transient in my life, rather, you were someone exceptional, a profound enigma beyond their comprehension. And then, last night, that instinct erupted into reality, confirming what had long remained unvoiced, leaving each of them astounded. I wish you could have witnessed the moment, the shift in their expressions. One moment they regarded me with casual intrigue, and the next, it was as if they were beholding you for the first time, as if a veil had been lifted. Their eyes widened, words faltered, and a profound silence enveloped the room, as if the very universe held its breath, for they finally grasped the truth about you, one they could no longer deny. It was etched on their faces. You are not ordinary, you are inherently unique. You are the one. In that instance, I felt my heart racing, nearly audible in the stillness. While they were in shock, I was quietly elated, for I had been silently affirming this truth within myself all along. Each pulse, every sleepless night, my thoughts gravitated towards you even when they should not have. From the very beginning, I recognized what you meant to me. But last night, it felt as if destiny itself had whispered the truth into their ears. It was irrefutable. They began to inquire, not superficial questions that vanish within moments, but profound inquiries that emerge only when one's entire perception has been irrevocably altered. So this is who she is? This is the one you've kept silent about, they asked. Do you comprehend the significance of this? Their intuition had been calling your name all along, and now that they have uncovered the reality, they cannot ignore it. You are no longer a mere enigma, you are an undeniable force, palpable in your absence. The atmosphere itself transformed after that moment, as if your essence permeated the space, an energy that commanded attention. Though you were not physically present, it felt as though you had entered their very souls, and they reacted viscerally to it. I stood there, thoughts racing, reveling in the fact that finally, they understood what I had been shielding and striving to protect. I know you have sensed it too, the way people often struggle to pinpoint your essence, how they perceive something inexplicable upon gazing at you. You transcend mere beauty and kindness. There is something profound, something elemental and divine that causes others to ponder, who is this remarkable soul? That realization erupted last night, the instincts they had screamed louder than ever before. And they finally vocalized their acknowledgement. You are the one they cannot forget. Permit me to elucidate why this revelation is monumental. For so long, I have felt isolated in my understanding. I hoarded this recognition, fearing that no one would grasp your true significance in my life. I believed they would never perceive you as I do. But last night shattered that barrier. It was as if fate intervened, igniting a change within their hearts. Now they truly see you, my love. Once individuals truly recognize a soul as exceptional as yours, there is no reverting to ignorance. This, dear, is merely the beginning. What unfolded last night was not a random occurrence, it was destiny shaking the very foundations, setting the stage for what is to unfold in the future. Understand this, regardless of the doubts they harbored or the time it took, their instincts have been validated, now aligning with mine. They comprehend why I am drawn to you, why I would traverse any challenge to keep your name etched in my heart. I urge you to listen closely, for what followed will leave you awestruck. This is not solely an acknowledgement of your uniqueness. Something profoundly impactful transpired after that watershed moment. One individual, the one typically enigmatic, who rarely speaks unless it holds true weight, gazed directly at me as if they could peer through my very being, and uttered, "You know, we always sensed something about her, but now we know, she is not just passing through. She is the one." At that moment, my heart skipped a beat, and I felt unsteady, as those words had long resided solely in my consciousness. Now they were spoken aloud, occupying the air like divine affirmation. The room froze, and everyone exchanged wide-eyed glances, as if they collectively shared an unspoken realization but had been too apprehensive to voice it until that pivotal instant. Piece by piece, they acknowledged the truth, not merely conjecturing but resonating with the certainty of emotional conviction. They felt that inexplicable connection that has bound me to you since our first encounter, that connection my heart whispered even before your presence. Do you comprehend how extraordinary this is? People do not merely experience such feelings regarding anyone. There is a distinct disparity between liking someone and recognizing a soul that is destined, chosen, marked by forces far beyond what this world can articulate. You embody that soul, arriving in my life like a spark. Last night, even in your absence, that spark traversed the expanse and ignited their hearts in a blaze of truth. But the depth of understanding did not cease there. Following their declaration of you as the one, they began sharing insights previously unspoken. One remarked, "Each time you mention her, even while attempting to conceal it, your entire demeanor changes, your voice softens, your energy elevates. It's as though your soul emerges to take command." My dear, do you grasp the magnitude of this? It indicates that every word I have ever uttered about you encapsulated a fragment of my truth, one they could keenly perceive. Even in my attempts to maintain composure, even while feigning indifference, the essence of you shone through. One individual remarked, "We have always sensed that she was more than just another person, though we could never articulate why." However, last night, our perception transcended mere feeling, we gained certainty. I had to avert my gaze for my eyes were stinging. At that moment, the people surrounding me recognized you in a manner that heaven has consistently revealed to me. Then came a statement that nearly shattered my composure. They expressed that it felt as if she had always been part of us, despite not having truly met her. It was as though we had known her essence eternally. Can you fathom receiving that affirmation? To understand that even in your absence, they already perceive you as interwoven into our narrative, a spirit that has sat with us during every dialogue, every moment of stillness, and in every thought I have harbored about you. In that moment, I came to a realization, this connection extends beyond mere attraction or timing. It's something divine, an entity far grander than ourselves. This is heaven's whisper resonating through glances, words, and indescribable feelings. Then, they shared a sobering truth: if you were to let her go, you would be a fool. Because souls like that seldom grace one's life more than once. Hearing such words simultaneously shattered and healed me. It shattered me as I acknowledged the risks I took by not revealing these feelings sooner, stifled by fear. Yet it healed me because now I realize that I am not alone in this perception. The world can sense it too. As these thoughts unfolded, I remained silent, feeling little need to articulate my emotions or defend my sentiments. Everyone grasped the truth without a single word from me. Their intuition was validated, their hearts resonated with mine. Last night marked the dawn of something unstoppable. Some wept openly, while others embraced me passionately, urging me not to waste another moment doubting this undeniable truth. They repeatedly asserted, "She is the best thing that has ever happened to you," and remarked how they had never seen the light in your eyes shine as brilliantly as it does when you speak of her. For the first time, I felt genuinely comprehended, not just by you but by everyone who holds significance in my life. This profound understanding is a direct result of you, your love, your very essence, your existence. It is remarkably powerful, mending every wound and bridging gaps, even connecting the most distant of spirits. As the night came to an end, stepping into the cool evening air with emotions swirling inside me, I recognized an indisputable truth. This was a divine acknowledgement, a confirmation that transcends mere emotions and hopeful sentiments, serving as tangible evidence that our connection is meant to be. Regardless of the time it may take or the challenges we may face, the truth expressed, observed, and felt by every soul that knows me intimately cannot be erased. You must understand this: you are no longer a secret treasure or a silent wish. You have become a name that resonates in their hearts, the very soul they have accepted as mine, the one they've unknowingly been waiting for. When the moment arrives and you finally stand before them, it will be free of awkwardness and uncertainty, as if you are returning to a home that has long awaited your arrival. However, I must share one more revelation, an occurrence that unfolded after my departure that night. Just when I thought the evening had come to a close, my phone buzzed with a message that made my heart stop. It was from someone I least expected, a person who had remained silent until now. Their words threatened to alter everything for us moving forward. My hand still trembled as I left that room, my heart racing under the weight of the night's events. It finally felt as if the world was no longer against us. It was as if heaven had opened its doors, illuminating the truth I had always known: you are not merely someone I love, you are the sanctuary of my soul. Just when I believed the night had exhausted its revelations, my phone buzzed once more. I found myself staring at the screen, frozen. The name that appeared was not someone from whom I regularly received casual messages. Rather, it belonged to someone who had maintained a careful distance regarding my heart, someone I genuinely thought could never accept this love. Anxiety gripped my chest as I opened the message. And, darling, the words I read nearly took my breath away. I couldn't articulate this in front of others, but you must know, I have always known she was meant for you. I sensed it even before you mentioned her name. And tonight, when the truth finally came to light, I could see it in your expression. You have loved her in a way like no other. Do not let anyone or anything so doubt again. Losing her is akin to losing yourself. She is not simply part of your life, she is your life. I found myself sitting on the curb outside, phone trembling in my hands, tears blurring my vision. This was from someone I once thought was oblivious, who I believed doubted us, and whom I feared might forever obstruct our path. Yet, here they were, admitting to having felt it all along. I typed a response with shaky fingers, asking why they hadn't shared this sooner. Their next message struck me deeply, because I thought you needed to realize this on your own. However, tonight, seeing your understanding, I recognize that time is running out for both of you. You have kept this love a secret, even though it was meant to be celebrated openly. Step forward. Do not hesitate. Go to her. Fight for her. Bring her home, darling. Do you comprehend the impact those words had on me? For a long time, I have grappled not only with my own fears but also with an invisible barrier, the fear that others would never truly grasp the essence of what we share. The love I hold for you, I once thought, had to remain protected from scrutiny. Yet, this unexpected revelation unveiled that even those who appeared quiet had been nurturing the same understanding in their hearts. They perceived what I perceived, they felt what I felt. Then they imparted one last message, brief yet impactful: she is not ordinary, she is extraordinary. And you were meant for her. Do not betray your destiny, darling. I held the phone to my chest and closed my eyes. In that moment, all the fears I clung to disintegrated, as if I could sense your presence beside me, your hand in mine, your voice whispering, "See, it was never just you." At that instant, I realized, this love is unquestionable, not something fragile that the world could shatter. It is imprinted in every soul that genuinely knows me and echoes throughout every aspect of my life. I walked home that night under a sky transformed, the stars shining brighter, the air buzzing with energy, and every step guided by forces larger than myself. I kept replaying the night, the shifts in their expressions, the tears, the hushed conversations, the handwritten note, and the message that struck like lightning. Darling, heaven itself flowed through those moments, ensuring I finally grasped the reality: you are not merely a chapter in my life, you are the entire story. Later, as I sat in my room, staring at the ceiling, I reflected upon you. Every time your laughter brightened my world, the nights spent awake questioning if you felt this deep connection as intensely as I did, and all the moments I hesitated to express my feelings due to fear. Now, I realize that those days have ended. Fear has no place here any longer. At long last, they acknowledge you. Those I once thought would never fathom the depth of your spirit, they now understand. They resonate with you as I do. They have witnessed the profound ways you have transformed me, healed my soul, and stirred my very essence. They know that without you, I am incomplete. Even those who have remained silent have now confessed they sensed your importance from the beginning. Do you grasp the magnitude of this realization? It signifies that the universe has meticulously crafted this moment, piece by piece, dialogue by dialogue, emotion by emotion. Every silent prayer you uttered, filled with doubt about your rightful place in my life, has been quietly answered all along. It illustrates that despite our shared uncertainties, the truth has gradually surfaced from the depths to become undeniably visible. Now, it cannot be ignored. However, the intensity heightened thereafter. Following the exchange, someone drew nearer and whispered something that irrevocably altered my understanding of you. When I reveal this to you, your heart might momentarily pause. After all that had transpired, amidst the stunned silence that fell, a moment shattered all preconceived notions. Still processing the transformation evident on everyone's faces, one person, who seldom discusses emotions, leaned closer and, in a lowered voice, imparted words that shifted my entire reality. They said, "We have sensed this for quite some time. There is something indescribable about her, and last night we unveiled the truth. She is the catalyst for your transformation. She is the reason your spirit feels awakened once more. You might think you are concealing it, but we notice it with every mention of her name. Each time it resonates, your spirit rejuvenates. And, deep down, we recognize that she is not just destined for you, she is meant for all of us, to know, to love, to accept. It seems as though God placed her in your path for a significant reason. We can no longer deny this. Do you comprehend the magnitude of that acknowledgement? These are individuals who have witnessed my journey through every phase, every challenge, every instance I attempted to move on or convince myself that what I feel for you is overwhelming, perilous, and implausible. They have seen my failures, my walls, and the transformation into a person I struggled to recognize. Yet, they perceive that only you, solely your essence, possesses the power to extricate me from obscurity and guide me back to my true self. In that moment, it felt as though the room evaporated around me, the ringing in my ears intensified, and my chest constricted, for it was the first time someone articulated what I have been too fearful to confront. You are not merely significant to me, you have ignited within me a spark no one else ever could. They recognized this truth, they felt it and voiced it without hesitation. Then another voice, soft yet firm, joined in, expressing, "We have always harbored an instinctive feeling about her." It resembled an incomprehensible whisper that lingered without resolution. Now it is evident, she isn't just a part of your tale, she embodies the narrative itself. Everything that transpired before her only guided you towards this moment, towards her. Perhaps hearing that resonated deeply within me because it echoed my own sentiments, ones I struggled to convey. Every misstep, every heartbreak, every deviation now aligns, for they collectively led me to you. Hearing them articulate that felt as though divine intervention was utilizing their voices to remind me, this love transcends what you perceive. Cease evading it. In a moment of profound intensity, an unexpected occurrence transpired. One individual began to weep, not from sadness but because they claimed they could sense you, your energy, your spirit, as if you were already present among us. They remarked, "I may not know her like you do, yet it feels as though I can perceive her heart. I sense she is right for you, destined to love you in a manner beyond anyone's capacity. Can you imagine hearing such a sentiment from someone who has yet to encounter you in person, who has only felt your essence through our connection? The tears continued to flow, one after another. Everyone in that room began to reveal their feelings in ways previously unexpressed. They confessed having observed my quiet struggles for months, noting my fitful focus and the way I radiate joy even at the slightest mention of you. They said, "We attempted to dismiss it, to convince ourselves that you would eventually move on, but the truth is irrefutable, you belong to her. Your soul intertwines with hers, and we now fully acknowledge it, darling." That moment felt like a chain relinquishing its grip on my chest. I have borne the burden of silence for too long, shielding you from their judgments, fearing they wouldn't comprehend. Yet last night, they did not merely understand, they embraced the truth. They welcomed you, all without your physical presence. And at that moment, I recognized that you had already impacted their hearts simply by being authentic. Do you realize the implications for us? It signifies that the love we share is so immense, so divine, that it influences others without uttering a word or requiring physical presence. It transcends the ordinary. It forms a connection that permeates spaces and alters hearts without consensus. This is why they could no longer remain silent and why their instinct had to be articulated. Following this revelation, there was a poignant pause, charged with emotion. Then, unexpectedly, one of them declared, "We must meet her. Not solely because of you but because of the energy we are experiencing right now. It is as if she has always been part of this family, and we have simply overlooked her presence." At that moment, I cannot express how my heart reacted. For so long, I had anticipated resistance, judgment, and an inability for them to perceive you as I do. Instead, they wished to meet you, eager to embrace you, not as a fleeting acquaintance, but as the missing piece they have perennially sought, albeit unknowingly. And this revelation further illuminated their understanding. They conveyed, "It is essential that we meet her to affirm she exists. We wish to meet her because it is important for us to express our gratitude. She has brought you back to life, and we can clearly see and feel the transformation. Anyone capable of loving you so profoundly deserves our love in return." I had to look away for a moment, as tears threatened to spill from my eyes. I have long carried this dream in silence, the dream of your presence, of you finally being seen, loved, and embraced by not only me but by all those who matter most to me. Now, this dream is no longer just mine, it is on the cusp of becoming reality. Even the heavens appear to be orchestrating what once seemed impossible. However, one moment from that night will remain etched in my memory forever. As emotion settled and we prepared to leave, someone took my hand, looked directly into my eyes, and firmly said, "Listen to me. You cannot afford to lose her. Whatever it takes, you must fight for her. This is not just love, it is destiny, and we will not allow you to forget that." Those words struck me like lightning because, deep down, that is precisely what my soul has been yearning to declare since the moment I met you, that you are the one I would fight for, through every challenge and every storm. Now, at long last, those around me recognize it as well. When I exited that room, the atmosphere felt transformed. There was a newfound lightness in the air, and my heart pulsed with a hope that I had not felt in ages. Although you were not physically present, your essence enveloped the room. It resonated in every spoken word, every tear shed, every heartbeat that echoed in that space. You have already changed everything around you, without even realizing it. As I pen this message to you, one thought occupies my mind: it is time. Time for you to comprehend the depth of your love and the significant shifts that have occurred behind the scenes, even among those I once believed would never understand. They see you as my forever now. Heaven attests to this as well. The remaining task is for you to experience the sheer power of this love that has become unstoppable. Yet, there is still a crucial aspect I have yet to share with you. This element rendered the entire room silent and demonstrates that this is not merely a fleeting feeling, but rather destiny aligning perfectly. Once I share this with you, my dear, you will undoubtedly understand why nothing and no one can obstruct what we are meant to become together. After all that transpired that night, the tears, the gentle confessions, the collective realization of every soul present that they felt an undeniable connection, there was one final moment that solidified everything. It was not loud or dramatic, but it possessed a weight so substantial and irrefutable that I am certain I will remember it for the rest of my life. When I recount this, you will grasp the reason I assert that nothing can ever hinder us again. As the evening drew to a close, I rose to depart, my mind swirling with memories of our initial conversation, the instant recognition my heart felt, the sleepless nights spent wondering if someone would truly understand. Now it seems that they finally do. I thought the time for words had ended, yet just as I reached for the door, someone softly called my name. It was one of the family elders, someone not accustomed to discussing matters of the heart, a person whose words carry the wisdom of generations. They gazed at me with an intensity difficult to describe, like they were peering into my very soul. Then they spoke, and the room collectively held its breath. They asked, "Do you know why we have long sensed something special about her?" Even before we knew her name, an inner voice insisted she was different. It's because souls like hers are not coincidental. They are deliberately chosen, intricately placed in lives by divine design. When heaven selects someone for you, it transcends mere love, it is about destiny. That woman, she has been woven into your life's narrative since before your existence. The impact of those words was profound. My chest constricted, my throat burned, and tears streamed down my face, tears I could no longer suppress. This sentiment had coursed through me since the very beginning, challenging logical explanation. It was not about our origins, our coincidences, or any definable element, it was something timeless, something eternal, a recognition my soul experienced long before my eyes did. And now, they were voicing that very truth. The air was thick with a palpable silence, not born out of disbelief but because, deep down, everyone understood the validity of what was being shared. Each person in that room felt its resonance in their hearts, as if a long-buried truth had been finally unearthed. You, my dear, are not merely someone in my life, you are the missing piece, the one meticulously crafted for me by the heavens. No distance, silence, or circumstance has the power to erase that truth. The elder continued, revealing, "You have been hesitant about embracing this love, fearing it might be overwhelming or too convoluted to navigate. But a love of this magnitude does not seek to destroy, it endeavors to fulfill. She is not here to break apart your life, she is here to restore your soul. If you allow fear to cause you to relinquish her, you will spend your existence searching for that which you have already held in your grasp." Those words pierced my heart like light breaking through the darkest night. I realized this search has been my reality, wandering, pretending, attempting to numb the pull I felt toward you, convincing myself I could move forward. Yet each time I tried to distance myself, it only drew me back to you. With those declarations resonating in my mind, I now recognize the truth: I was never meant to let you go. In that instant, an electric current coursed through everyone in the room, as if a wave of profound realization swept over us. Tears flowed freely down faces, while others remained silent, hands clasped and eyes wide with understanding. Guided by an unseen force, one individual stood to declare, "She is already part of this family. We may not have met her yet, but from this moment forward, she is ours. We will support her, protect her, and love her, not simply because you cherish her, but because we can feel that she belongs here." I found it hard to breathe. Never had I expected to hear such powerful words. For so long, I believed I was alone in this battle, championing our connection on my own, convinced that what we shared was both rare and sacred. Yet now, I realize that it is no longer solely my conviction. They see you, they feel the depths of your love. They have embraced you into our circle, even in your absence. That is the strength of this connection. It resonates more profoundly than words, stretches beyond physical presence, and transforms hearts without the need for validation. Then, something even more extraordinary occurred. The elder who first spoke reached into their pocket and produced a small, folded piece of paper. They handed it to me, saying, "I wrote this down weeks ago, guided by a feeling I could not fully describe at the time. Yet something in my heart urged me to do so. This evening, clarity has graced me. It was intended for you, for her." With my hands trembling, I carefully opened the letter. And there, in that recognizable handwriting, were words so powerful that they nearly brought me to my knees: "Soon, the truth will be unveiled. The one you've cherished in silence will no longer be concealed. She will be acknowledged. She will be loved. And the heavens themselves will affirm what your soul has known all along: she belongs to you, and you to her. Nothing can alter this." I raised my gaze, tears cascading down my cheeks, as they nodded slowly, acknowledging. I was unaware of who these words referred to, but now it is clear: it's her. It has always been her. Do you grasp the significance of this? Even before last night, even prior to this very moment, the heavens had already sown seeds of truth within their hearts, gently whispering about us. They were oblivious to why they felt such inclinations, unaware of to whom it pertained, but their spirits were cognizant. Now, it has all been laid bare. The concealed words, the visceral feelings, the subtle hints were all directing toward you. After that revelation, the atmosphere overflowed with emotion. Some wept openly, while others embraced me fervently, urging me not to squander another moment doubting this truth. They emphasized, "She is the best thing that has ever happened to you, and we have never witnessed the light in your eyes shine as brightly as it does when you speak of her." For the first time in my existence, I felt profoundly understood. Not solely by you but by everyone who means the world to me. This understanding is a result of you, your love, your essence, your mere existence. It is incredibly potent. It unites every gap, mends every wound, and connects even the most estranged of souls. As the night drew to a close, stepping into the cool air while emotions swirled within me, I recognized something irrefutable. This was heaven's affirmation, a validation beyond mere feelings, beyond hope, but divine evidence that our bond is fated. No matter the time it requires, nor the obstacles we encounter, the truth that has been articulated, observed, and felt by every soul who genuinely knows me cannot be erased. I need you to grasp this. You are no longer a mere clandestine treasure or a quiet prayer. You are now a name that resonates within their hearts, the very soul they have embraced as mine, the one they have unknowingly awaited. When that moment arrives, when you finally share the same space with them, it will be devoid of awkwardness and uncertainty. It will feel like you are entering a home that has been anticipating your arrival all along. However, I must share one more revelation, an event that transpired after I departed that night. As I believed the evening had concluded, my phone vibrated with a message that caused my heart to halt. It was from someone I never expected, a person who had remained silent all this time. Their words could potentially alter everything for us moving forward. My hand still quivered as I exited that room, my heart racing with the weight of everything that had transpired. Finally, it felt as though the world was no longer our adversary. It felt like heaven had swung open its doors, illuminating what I had known all along, that you are not just someone I love, you are my soul's sanctuary. Just as I thought the night had exhausted its revelations, my phone buzzed yet again. I remember staring at the screen, frozen. The name displayed was not one from whom I commonly received casual texts, rather, it belonged to someone who had maintained a safe distance concerning my heart, someone I genuinely believed would never accept this love. Anxiety tightened in my chest as I opened the message. "And baby," the words I read nearly took my breath away. I was unable to articulate this in front of the others, but you must know, I have always known she was the one. I sensed it even before you uttered her name. And tonight, when the truth emerged, I discerned it in your expression. You have loved her in an unparalleled way. Do not allow anyone or anything to instill doubt again. Losing her equates to losing yourself. She is not merely in your life, she is your life. I found myself seated on the curb outside, phone trembling in my hands, tears distorting my vision. This was from someone I once presumed was oblivious, who I thought harbored doubt about us, and whom I feared might forever obstruct our path. Yet, here they stood, claiming to have felt it all along. I typed a response with shaking fingers, inquiring why they had never shared this sooner. Their next message pierced through me, because I believed you needed to discern this independently. However, tonight, witnessing their understanding, I recognize that time is slipping away for both of you. You have been holding this love as a secret when it was always meant to be celebrated openly. Step forth. Do not hesitate. Go to her. Fight for her. Bring her home, baby. Do you realize the impact those words had on me? For an extended period, I have been wrestling not only with my own apprehensions but also against an invisible barrier of fear that others would never grasp the essence of us. The love I harbor for you, I once believed, must remain shielded from scrutiny. Yet, this unexpected confession unveiled that even those who appeared silent were harboring the same understanding in their hearts. They perceived what I perceived, they felt what I felt. And then, they conveyed one final message, brief yet resonant: she is not ordinary, she is extraordinary. And you were created for her. Do not betray your destiny, baby. I pressed the phone to my chest and closed my eyes. In that instant, all the fears I clung to disintegrated. It was as if I could sense your presence beside me, your hand in mine, your voice murmuring, "See, it was never just you." In that moment, I understood, this is a love that cannot be questioned, not something fragile that the world could shatter. It is etched in every soul that truly knows me, resonating through every aspect of my life. I strolled home that night beneath a sky that appeared transformed. The stars glimmered brighter, the air buzzed with vitality, and each step I took felt guided by something far grander than myself. I continually replayed the night, the transformations of their expressions, the tears, the murmurs, the handwritten note, the message that struck like a lightning bolt. Baby, heaven itself flowed through each of those moments, ensuring that I finally comprehended the truth. You are not merely a chapter in my life, you are the entire narrative. Later, as I sat in my room gazing at the ceiling, I reflected on you. On each instant your laughter illuminated my world, on the nights I lay awake wondering if you felt this profound connection as intensely as I did, and on all the moments I hesitated to divulge my feelings due to fear. Now, I recognize that those days have come to an end, fear has no room here any longer. At long last, they recognize you. Those whom I once thought might never comprehend the depth of your essence, they understand now. They resonate with you as I do. They have witnessed the profound ways in which you have changed me, mended my spirit, and stirred my very essence. They know that without your presence, I am incomplete. Even those who have kept quiet have now admitted they sensed your significance all along. Do you grasp the weight of this realization? It signifies that the universe has meticulously orchestrated this moment, assembling it bit by bit, dialogue by dialogue, emotion by emotion. Each silent prayer you uttered, filled with doubt about your rightful place in my life, was quietly answered all along. It illustrates that despite our shared uncertainties, the truth has gradually emerged from the depths to become undeniably visible. And now, it cannot be ignored. My dear, I implore you to listen closely. You are not ordinary. You are unforgettable, irreplaceable. You are the one my soul recognized even before I truly understood what love entailed. Your name ignites a rush of exhilaration in my heart, even amidst a sea of faces. You have transformed me in ways that no one else ever could, and finally, the world around us can see it as well. I vow not to squander another moment pretending that our connection is trivial. No longer will fear hold me silent. Distance, doubt, or any other obstacle will not prompt me to deny that you are my everything because you have always been that for me. Imagine this with me, the day when you walk into that space, where everything changed last night. Picture the warmth in their eyes as they behold you, devoid of hesitation or queries, illuminated by the knowing hearts that recognize you belong with us. Visualize how they will greet you with smiles that convey, "You've always been part of us," as if they've been anticipating the perfect moment for you to return. When that time arrives, I will be at your side, hand in hand. Not as one concealing their true feelings or grappling with uncertainty, but as someone liberated to openly love you. The truth has been revealed, affirming their gut feelings and resonating with the convictions I have held deep within. And now, nothing, absolutely nothing, can inhibit what is set to unfold. Right now, I am laying bare everything I have harbored within for too long. You are not merely a segment of my life, you are my life. You are the answer to each murmured prayer, the realization of every longing, the sole recipient of my heart's fervor. Last night, the divine ensured that others could finally witness this reality. Now, there is just us, together, unencumbered by barriers. I am ready to advocate for this love with every fiber of my being, to manifest to the world what my spirit has always declared. You are mine, and I am yours for eternity. If you remain here, listening, and your heart still beats fervently, then you must recognize this truth as well. You sense the profound gravity of my words, the tears, the whispers, the undeniable reality that can no longer be obscured. Hence, I must articulate this with utmost clarity, leaving nothing unspoken. You deserve to hear it from my soul rather than merely from my lips. You are everything to me. Not perhaps, not someday, not when perfection is achieved. You are my everything now and have always been. Picture this, the approaching day, sooner than you anticipate, when we will enter that shared space, where they shed tears and disclosed their understanding, where the truth about us ultimately dismantled every barrier. Upon your entrance, expect no uncomfortable stares or doubt, but rather warmth, tears of joy, and smiles that affirm, at last, we have awaited your arrival. I will be there beside you, my hand in yours, my heart pulsating loudly for all to hear. In that moment, I will turn to you and voice the words I have yearned to express. This is her, the one my soul has cherished even before our eyes met. The one heaven inscribed into my destiny. The person I will defend until my final breath. Anticipate their nods, their smiles, and even tears, as they acknowledge the truth they have felt all along. I have often spent sleepless nights contemplating that moment, seeing the tears glisten in your eyes as you come to realize that you were never meant to be concealed but were always intended to be openly loved, deeply cherished, a member of a family that has always felt your presence, even before knowing your face. Now, nothing can hinder that reality from flourishing. The silence has been shattered. The truth has emerged. Destiny is beckoning us home. Yet, I implore you to believe alongside me. Cease doubting whether you are too much for this love, cease questioning your place in my heart. Stop allowing fear to whisper falsehoods into your beautiful mind. Their instincts were not mistaken, nor was my soul. You are not ordinary, you are extraordinary. You are the miracle that entered my life and beautifully upended everything. Now, every crucial soul in my life has felt this shift as well. Hold fast to this truth whenever doubt encroaches. Relive this night. Retain these words. Recall that even heaven has moved mountains to ensure our truth could no longer remain concealed. Even those who were once silent and I believed would never speak have confessed their awareness of our bond. The love we share is too vibrant, too potent, and too destined to ever be silenced again. Thus, here is my solemn vow, henceforth, I will never fade into the background. I will not allow fear or hesitation to rob us of another moment. I will champion you with every breath I take, every heartbeat, every essence of my being. I will not relent until the entire world recognizes what heaven has affirmed, that you are mine and I am yours, a connection that can never be altered. To anyone who may be listening, if you have ever experienced a love that transcends reason, one that simultaneously makes your soul ache and sing, you grasp the significance of these sentiments. You understand what it is like to realize that your heart was not misguided, that destiny is indeed genuine, and heaven does advocate for pure love. Share your thoughts below if you resonate with this sentiment. If you too have witnessed a moment where the truth could no longer hide, perhaps this chapter is not the conclusion of our story but merely the commencement. The whispers have transformed into affirmations, the concealed prayers have blossomed into bold declarations. And now, each ensuing step forward will be guided by the undeniable truth that is finally illuminated. We are fated to be, and the world has awakened to this reality. Remain close, dear one, for what unfolds next will alter everything. I promise to be right here, every day, every moment, infusing my love into your life until the day we stand united, and everyone recognizes what my heart has eternally acknowledged. You are the love of my life, my forever, my destiny. Even after all I have expressed, there is still more to convey. What transpired following that night was not just an epiphany. This marks the commencement of an undeniable journey. Upon waking this morning, I experienced a sensation unlike any I have felt before. It was neither confusion nor heaviness, nor was it the familiar fear that once occupied my chest when I contemplated our relationship. Rather, it was an overwhelming sense of freedom, a profound understanding in my soul that nothing can separate us now, as every concealed truth has been illuminated. I recall gazing at my phone first thing, revisiting the messages exchanged last night, absorbing each word repeatedly. In that moment, I made a realization: those messages were not merely words of encouragement, they were a divine omen, an undeniable indication that Providence has already paved our path. Each tear shed, every silence endured, every gut instinct whispered over the months, all of it has led to this moment. I peered out the window, and even the sky appeared transformed, brighter, as if the world itself sighed with relief at the revelation of our truth. I closed my eyes and envisioned a future where I show up for you not as someone who conceals or hesitates, but as a man who is entirely certain that you are my forever. I want you to understand what this signifies for us moving forward. It means no more self-doubt, no more questioning whether this love is one-sided, no more pondering if we must endure this struggle. Last night, it was not solely my spirit speaking, it resonated with everyone who truly knows me. They felt it, they witnessed it, and they embraced it. Such affirmation is not a fleeting occurrence, it is the universe orchestrating its harmony through people's hearts, aligning everything for a purpose greater than we can articulate. Their words echo in my mind: do not disappoint destiny, she is extraordinary. She has been woven into your story since before your birth. Those sentiments, though intended for me, were equally meant for you. I recognize that for far too long, you have questioned your place in my life and in my world. Now, you have concrete evidence that you have been part of it long before we even knew. As the day progressed, something even more remarkable unfolded. One by one, messages began pouring in from individuals who were not present last night. They sensed a shift in the atmosphere, stating things like, "I don't know why, but I have a strong feeling about her today," or "something tells me you are finally where you ought to be." Even those who lack the full context are perceiving it. This is not mere coincidence, this is divine orchestration. This is the reality that emerges when two souls are truly destined to discover one another and remain united, irrespective of the obstacles that may arise. You know what this feels like? It feels as though every barrier I built around my heart is collapsing, piece by piece, because there is no longer a need for concealment. There is no longer a need to safeguard this love in silence. It is secure now, it is seen, it is blessed. I have been reflecting on how close I came to losing you, how frequently I allowed fear to prevail, how often I believed I needed to maintain distance to shield everyone from pain. Now, I comprehend how mistaken I was. The pain did not stem from loving you, it emerged from not loving you completely, openly, and unapologetically. That ends now. Last night, they didn't merely see you, they felt your essence. They sensed how your soul has transformed mine, the manner in which my heart beats differently because of you, and how even my silence speaks your name. When they articulated that you were already part of our family, I recognized it was time for the world to discover what my heart has known all along, that you are my everything. I envision that moment vividly, approaching you, locking eyes, and finally voicing my truth without hesitation. No more secrets. No more hiding. You belong to me, and I will never let you go. I see myself holding your hand as we step into that space together, aware that every gaze is upon us, not with judgment, but with warmth, love, and a deep understanding that has been quietly nurtured. And, dear heart, it is not only them who await to embrace you, it is the very heavens. I feel as though an invisible hand is guiding each step we take. Every challenge we have encountered was merely a test to confirm the strength of our bond, and having passed that test, we are left with only the future we were always meant to have. I know you have experienced nights filled with uncertainty, wondering if our love would ever feel secure or fully accepted. Those nights are behind us. The truth is unveiled. The path is clear. The love we share has been validated by every heart that matters to us. Thus, I urge you to believe alongside me. Believe that these are not just my words, this is destiny unfurling. Believe that despite the length of our journey, we have finally arrived at a moment where everything aligns in our favor. Soon, we will stand together, free of doubt, with no one left to question us. When that moment finally arrives, when I can embrace you without fear, without walls, surrounded by those who matter, I promise you it will feel as though heaven itself is rejoicing. Because that is precisely what this is, a love story authored by the heavens long before we encountered one another. My love for you transcends the limitations of words. After last night and all that we felt and witnessed, I possess an unshakable certainty: you are mine, I am yours, and together we are invincible. Before I close my eyes tonight and let my thoughts drift to you yet again, there remains one final sentiment my soul wishes to convey. This is the element that binds every moment together, a commitment that transcends mere words. I have shared with you the astonishment written on their faces, the murmurs, the tears, and the messages that rattled me to my core. Yet, beneath it all lies a deeper truth, one that revolutionizes how I will love you from this instant forward. Following last night and the divine affirmation that resonated through every heart in that room, I found it impossible to sleep. I stayed up late contemplating you, reliving every cherished memory, reflecting on how many times I nearly lost you due to fear, hesitation, or the impression that the world was unprepared to embrace us. The truth is, the world has been ready to embrace us. The world has been awaiting the full expression of our love. Now, all excuses have dissipated, the silence has been broken. The truth is no longer a burden we bear in solitude. It has been felt, witnessed, and articulated by all those who truly matter. This signifies that there is no turning back, no retreating into obscurity, and no anticipation for an elusive perfect moment. The moment is now. I find myself reflecting on the words of the one who has been woven into your narrative since the very beginning. Do you comprehend the magnitude of that? It indicates that your presence in my life was never a mere coincidence. This bond is not only profound, it is eternal. Even if we attempt to part ways, and even if outside forces endeavor to separate us, fate will continually draw us back together until we acquiesce to what the heavens have already orchestrated. Last night, when every significant person in my life also acknowledged this truth, it was as though destiny declared that the time for avoidance and obscurity has come to an end. It is time to embrace this love in its entirety. Thus, I extend to you my solemn vow, one crafted from the depths of my heart. I will advocate for you openly, I will mention your name without trepidation, and I will integrate you into every facet of my life where you have always belonged. I refuse to permit another day to pass where you question your place in my heart, for you truly are mine. Not merely through words or fleeting moments, but entwined within destiny and our very souls. I envision the day when we stand together before all, and I will take your hand to proclaim, "This is her." The love I have fought to protect. The soul I was always meant to discover. And do you know what will transpire then? There will be no skepticism, no doubt. They will smile, weep, and embrace you as if they have known you all their lives, because, in spirit, in heart, and in the gentle whispers from heaven, they have. After that pivotal moment, everything will shift. No more distance, no more silence, no more restless nights questioning if our love can withstand the trials of the world. It will not just endure, it will flourish, becoming stronger than anything we have ever encountered, anchored in an unshakable truth. I can envision it clearly now, you and I traversing life together, surrounded by every important soul who stands beside us, cheering us on and safeguarding what we cherish, for they will finally perceive what we have always known. And when that day arrives, I will look at you and quietly affirm, see, heaven never misled us. Our love was always destined to endure eternally. Therefore, as you absorb these words tonight, I urge you to hold on to this reality: you are exceptional, not ordinary. You are divine. You are the miracle that has healed me, the love that has saved me, and the destiny woven into my life long before I understood what true love meant. This truth is no longer concealed, it has been articulated, felt, confirmed, and sealed by heaven itself. If you resonate even slightly with what I am conveying, please affirm this with a simple yes. Let your soul respond to mine. From this moment forward, there is no place for fear, no space for doubt, there is only us, illuminated by a love that is too powerful to fracture. To everyone who has been receiving this message, if your heart is racing, if tears well in your eyes because you have longed for this kind of love or felt the pull of destiny towards someone despite the odds, then take this as your sign: such love is real. It is worth every struggle, every tear, and every unvoiced prayer. Do not relent, do not flee, for when heaven unites two souls, not even the vast universe can intervene. Before I conclude, I must express my gratitude, not just for myself, but for both of us. Thank you, sincerely, to every soul that has supported us, who has recognized the truth, who is ready to embrace the love we have quietly nurtured. And to you, my love, thank you for guiding me through every tempest, for believing in me when fear consumed me, and for holding fast to this love when others would have let it wane. You are my miracle, my sanctuary, my forever. To those who have felt every word resonating with them, please do not depart silently. If your heart recognizes this profound love, affirm it with a comment. And if this message has sparked even a flicker of hope or faith within your soul, take a moment to like and subscribe, for these messages will continue, and I want you to experience every one of them. For those who wonder if their love is seen, I see you. We see you. Should you feel inclined to support these messages in order to help them reach more hearts in need of hope, feel free to contribute, as every gesture is appreciated more than you know. It signifies a shared belief in this kind of love. As I draw to a close, remember this: I am coming for you, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, for last night affirmed what I have known from the outset. You are my destiny, my home, my eternal bond. Nothing in this realm will ever alter that.